Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Apple, Spotify, or Google, please leave a 5-star rating. This content is brought to you by Uphold, which makes crypto investing easy. You can buy, sell, trade, and earn cryptocurrencies on Uphold. I've been using Uphold for years and I still use them to this day because they are still one of the only exchanges that still lists XRP. You can buy and sell XRP, and other exchanges have delisted XRP due to the SEC Ripple lawsuit. Uphold has 10 million plus users. They have 200 plus cryptocurrencies and they're available in 150 countries. If you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description. All right, my friends, I was out to dinner with a buddy and we were in New York City. And I did not check my phone for about a good 5 to 6 hours. Yes, I was having drinks, eating dinner, talking about crypto. I did not check crypto Twitter. But then as I got into my car to drive home, I see the big news. And that is over the 18 months and 6 court orders later, we finally have the Hinman documents. This is from Stuart Alderati, general counsel at Ripple. The SEC has to hand over the Bill Hinman emails. This is not only a big win for Ripple and XRP, but for the entire crypto market. Let me share some more details. So Stewart said this includes internal SEC emails and drafts of his infamous 2018 speech, talking about Hinman's speech. While they remain confidential for now at the SEC's insistence, I can say that it is well worth the fight to get them. And of course, Ripple paid over $100 million in legal fees to get to this point. Stewart said, "I've always felt good about our legal arguments, and I feel even better now. I always felt bad about the SEC's tactics, and I feel even worse about them now." So, as we all know, Bill Hinman gave a speech saying Ethereum is not a security back in 2018. And the problem is he was warned by the SEC ethics office not to do that because he was still on the payroll of Simpson Thacher, which was part of the Ethereum alliance. Clear conflict of interest. Some call this a conspiracy theory from day one. Some call it as nonsense. But the facts don't lie, and the facts are coming out. And I think this is super important because it positions Ripple to win this lawsuit. And we'll talk about that a bit later. And also to put the SEC back in check, because it's not so much Ethereum. This could have been, some sort of bribery or conflict with Solana or Cardano or Algorand or whatever crypto you want to name, right? But it's the SEC. The fact that they have fallen far from their core values of protecting investors and supposedly to have integrity. You're not supposed to be able to bribe the SEC, and the SEC is not supposed to act shady, as Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong once tweeted. They're not supposed to go around shaking down companies just for the sake of doing it. They're not supposed to try to slow down startups and slow down crypto for the sake of incumbents. That is not what they're supposed to do. That is not their core value or their mission. So this is to help put the SEC back in check, help the entire crypto market, to have the upper hand here and for innovation to continue in the United States. So if you hate Ripple and you hate XRP, that's fine. That's your own opinion. But you have to realize how important this is, that Ripple winning this lawsuit sets a precedence for the entire crypto market. And this is great news. The SEC fought tooth and nail. They don't want to give these documents up because they know there's a lot in there. Now, don't get me wrong. They're probably going to try to delay and appeal different things, right? They're going to try all their shady tactics, as we've seen over the past year and a half. But big win for Ripple and XRP and the entire crypto market. Here's what Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse had to say. He tweeted in response to Stewart's tweet. He said, "The SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. Don't believe them. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior will shock you." This is what I've been talking about for I don't know how long. And people who don't like what I've been saying, even though it's backed by facts, have avoided my podcast. I've invited some people onto the podcast. They don't want to come here. There's some who have obviously left mean comments, send me mean emails and messages and so forth, and on Twitter, on YouTube, and so forth. So lots to go to. I went through myself and along with other folks in taking the position of, hey, let's fight for the right thing here. The SEC is out of bounds on this, and it's not so much about Ethereum. I don't care about Joe Lubin and Vitalik and whoever. What I'm more upset about is this government agency that's taking my tax money and yours if you're in the United States and operating this shady business. So that is what is grinding my gears and boiling my blood. And yes, I'm an XRP holder, but I'm also I hold other altcoins. So where is the clarity? Where is the clear regulations, and when are they going to stop these enforcement actions? And this is why I'm in Ripple's corner. So I hope they win. And I think a lot of people in the industry are recognizing that we need Ripple to win. We need the SEC to take a big L here so Gary Gensler could be put in check. So this is great news. Also, Eleanor Tourette tweeted out, in opposition to the SEC's motion of summary judgment, Ripple lawyers made use of affidavits signed by XRP users, or purchasers, as they refer to them in the document, explaining how they did not expect profits from Ripple's efforts when they made their investments. This means the voices of some of the XRP community were heard because of John Deaton's work as amicus curiae. He tells me this will officially poke holes in the SEC's argument that XRP holders entered into an investment contract with Ripple. More to come. So the great work you guys have been doing, tweeting, signing affidavits, and partnering with John Deaton have really come to a fruition here, where they're bearing fruits. The judge, Ripple has been able to use this. So great news all around, my friends, and continue to contact your representatives, continue to make content, continue to tweet and spread the facts. I'm not talking about hyperbole. I'm not talking about made up stuff. I'm talking about the facts, and these things are going to be revealed. We know a lot of this information about Bill Hinman was revealed in the FOIA request done by a nonprofit whistleblower organization by the name of Empower Oversight. So big shout out to them as well. Now, attorney Fred Rispoli, he tweeted out some of his thoughts on what took place today. He said, my thoughts on the emails being released. The first point is that the SEC appears to be entering the final stage of grief, which is acceptance. I'm surprised it did not request an appeal on the email issue, because that was a free automatic delay. Just asking and ultimately not even filing a brief and risking bad precedent would have bought an extra 30 to 60 days. But it really would have pissed off the court. So that's probably why the SEC ultimately folded on this front. As to the emails themselves, expect them, or a reference to them, to appear in Ripple's reply. It says MSJ. Well, I'm not sure what that is, or even Ripple asking for permission to file a supplement to its opposition just posted today, which is October 20th. Although I lean in them being included in the reply, as it is procedurally easier, even though Ripple's MSJ doesn't squarely address this issue. Many of you have speculated that this is likely, Ashley Prosper, as well as Ashley Prosper. I guess highlighting she said something. But what does it mean? I became very bullish on the near guarantee of Ripple winning after this summer's disaster oral argument, and the expert witness and summary judgment motions only strengthened my convictions. But I still expect the case to go through summary judgment. Why? Well, one, exit ramp for settlement was the order these emails had to be produced, as stated by others too. But the order has passed. No reconsideration file, no appeal file, and they've been produced. And still no settlement. A lot has been going on behind the scenes, with a lot of politicians talking to the SEC, and FOIA requests flying. Regardless of what happens with Ripple's possession of emails, the XRP army is going to fight for them. And there are two federal court orders that say they are important, not DPP and not ACP. SEC has to start looking past the Ripple case and literally saving its own people from civil and criminal litigation after this case, although it's a dumpster fire for the SEC no matter. Of course, the SEC is going to try to save face here, but due to social media, due to the internet and the world we live in now, it's not the 80s, it's not the 70s, it's not even in the early 90s where they could have gotten away with these things. And the common man, you and I, couldn't organize, couldn't crowdsource, couldn't really drum up enough attention unless we had funding to go on TV and maybe we can contact some politicians and so forth. It wasn't that easy. Now it is. I can tweet a Congressman Tom Emmer. You can tweet a Congressman Tom Emmer and whoever else, right? And get their attention. So I'm thankful for the technology we have and that we can see these things. And a lot of the information is actually online, and information that's revealed, whether it be through a whistleblower organization or, the likes of John Deaton and so forth, we can see that in real time. So it's an amazing, brave new day, right? And but as Fred said here, this thing could go out into next year. However, Ripple has the upper hand. So could a settlement or something happen soon? Sure. Could it happen next year? Sure. But point is, there's a method to the madness here, and we are seeing Ripple is in the driver's seat here of this lawsuit now and is positioned for a win. So it's just a matter of when, not if. Fred continues. He said, actually, one of the best things it can do now is take the case all the way and lose at summary judgment to protect its argument that the case wasn't a sham from the get-go, even though, of course, it was. Because keep in mind, unless the SEC reaches out to John Deaton or tries to buy protection for Hinman and Clayton in connection with settlement against Ripple, the SEC still has to deal with hundreds of thousands of claims from the people and entities it knowingly and purposely effed. You guys know what the F word is, over in the filing. It wasn't Ripple, as some people would say, rugged, pull, or dumped on us. It wasn't Ripple that did it. It was the SEC. The SEC rugged XRP holders. The SEC dumped on XRP holders. They caused fear and panic and distrust in the market and the value of XRP to drop. It was their actions, not Ripple, not some other third party. It was the SEC. So they knowingly, they knew what they were doing. And if you recall, Joseph Grunfest, former SEC official who I interviewed, sent a letter to them. And Jay Clayton, you do this, you will cause billions of dollars in harm to XRP holders, and it will call into question your motives and the integrity of the SEC. And of course, we know how the story has played out so far and what has been revealed, right? And of course, today's a big day where the Hinman emails are being revealed or have to be handed over. And obviously, the SEC try to fight that. Now, what's interesting, Michael Arrington, who's of course very bullish on XRP. Michael Arrington is one of my heroes, by the way. And I'm going to be speaking on a panel with him next week at the Proppy conference in Miami. He's actually having an event right now for Arrington XRP Capital, and he tweeted out celebrating Ripple's 10-year birthday with Brad Garlinghouse. So this is happening like right now. It was at 9:26 p.m. Eastern. He tweeted this out. And of course, the SEC has to hand over the Hinman emails. What a day, my friends. And once again, not just a day for Ripple and XRP. For all you haters out there, this video is for you, all the haters. It's not for the people who are looking for clear regulations and for justice and for fairness. It's for the people who are liars and cheaters and those who are haters and those who are too chicken to back up Ripple in this, because it's more than just Ripple. It's for the entire market. This podcast is for you. Now, I know that we talked a lot of Ripple and XRP there. Great news, but also, guys, some huge news today around stable coins. Remember my recent newsletter that I did titled "The Stablecoin Battle is Heating Up." If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, please sign up. It's free. You don't have to pay anything, and I promise no spam. On October 14th, I talked about this, that things are heating up with the stablecoins and regulations are coming, and both Tether and USDC are priming the pumps, positioning themselves for global adoption. And here today, huge updates from both. Tether will be available in over 24,000 ATMs across Brazil on November 3rd. That is huge, guys. They're pretty much taking over the country. And then on the other side of it, Coinbase announced they're making it easier to buy USDC worldwide. Coinbase users around the world can now buy USDC with their local currency with no commission fees. This is not a coincidence, my friends. This is the stablecoin battle heating up. These two juggernauts. And right now, Tether has the higher market cap, of course, and USDC is right behind it. Tether is number 3, USDC is number 4. Now, I believe USDC will ultimately win this battle because it is going to be, it is regulated, but, Circle's working with the government, and USDC is already, being launched on multiple blockchains, a lot of blockchains out there. And I think because they have the regulatory compliance right now, they're going to be in the good graces of the U.S. government. And I think it's possible. I obviously don't know the future, but I think it's possible that the U.S. government could adopt USDC as the digital dollar. I think it's possible. Now, I could be wrong with that, right? They could be building something different, but I think it's possible that you're going to do that. Finally, very big news. $9 billion European bank N26 will launch Bitcoin trading to its millions of clients. Guys, when I see news like this, I often ask the question, do you see what is happening? Banks, stock exchanges, credit card companies are all integrating, adopting crypto. We just talked about MasterCard and Paxos, right? MasterCard they're going to help banks to offer Bitcoin and crypto to their clients. Last week, we talked about BNY Mellon launching their crypto custody service. Before that, about a few weeks before that, NASDAQ launched their crypto custody service. Then we talked about BlackRock entered the market. I hope you see what's happening. And they're doing this while a lot of retail are distracted, worried about recession, Fed, and all of that. They're taking positions. They're building their infrastructure. So the next bull market's going to be epic. Get ready for that. And anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.